God works in two ways. First of all, it tells us how to live and how to act. That's the moral aspect of it. That the Word of God says to us, live in the right way. Be good people. Be good to other people. We see the need for that in the world today because common decency and honesty in many ways. Please come in, have a seat. The Word of God tells us how to live, how to act. We see so many things in the world today that are a wrong way of living and acting. Take the world of sports, for example. The terrible challenges that are presented by the scandals, the cheating that is going on in the world of sports. We teach our children that sports are good for us. Sports are good to play. They're good for you in body and mind. If they see these kinds of examples, they're not going to get a whole lot of good out of it. So the Bible is there. Our faith tells us, do the right thing. Do what is good. The Bible also appeals to us in a very special way as human beings. The Bible presents us an emotional response to the Word of God. We can feel things better through the Word of God. Think of the response that we made to the psalm after the first reading. The Lord is my light and my salvation. It's one thing to say, this is the doctrine, this is the teaching, that God is our light. But to say to oneself, the Lord is my light and my salvation. A word like that you can keep in your heart, very easy to memorize. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Not easy to forget. Very memorable. So the Word of God comes to us in those two ways. And we try on this weekend to think more about the place of the Bible in our lives. We hear it all the time when we come to the Holy Eucharist, as we did today. We could also read it on our own. You know, we've got these missalettes in the pews. We have lots of them. They come in and we throw them away at the end of the season. Take them home. You paid for them, they're yours. Don't let us just throw them away. Take them home, use them. Maybe look at the readings for next Sunday, which will be a very special kind of Sunday. You'll find out if you look in the book. We are a people of the book. That's why we carry the book in procession before the gospel. We don't worship the book, but within the book is the Word of God, and that is our light and our salvation. That is the light and the warmth that comes into our hearts when we hear the Word of God. So in our thanksgiving today in this Holy Eucharist, we thank the presence of God, the presence of Christ in the Holy Eucharist and Holy Communion, but also the presence of Christ in His Word, which we have been hearing. The same Christ under two different forms, but the real Christ, the one who sheds light into our hearts.